Hey everyone, we are so excited that you are tuning in right now to kick off for our first virtual hackathon, TigerHacks 2020. I'm Sophie, the Planning Committee Director. Thank you so much for joining this weekend. Our planning committee has been working hard to make this a really fun and exciting weekend, and we're so thrilled to see the projects that you will develop. In case you haven't caught on, our theme for this weekend is adventure. When we started planning TigerHacks 2020, we of course did not know that it would be held virtually. We chose our theme thinking about all the times we've had to spend indoors and away from people this past year. We worked so hard on this weekend and hope that it will be an opportunity to build community with other hackers, as well as an opportunity to truly build your projects with this theme in mind, adventuring to new places, new experiences, and new ideas. For those that this is your first hackathon, welcome. You are free to create any sort of project within these next 36 hours. Usually projects, to give you an idea, are some sort of software solution or web development that somehow fall within our theme. Next, we want to give a huge thank you to our amazing sponsors, Veterans United and Shelter Insurance. They made this event possible, so a big virtual round of applause for them. Also, a big thank you to MLH for all of their support. Later, we'll be hearing from both MLH and Veterans United for an introduction and our keynote. I'd also like to give a shout out to Google Cloud and Echo AR, who are also partnering with us this weekend as mentors. Here's a quick intro from Google.
Hi there, my name is Holt Skinner. I am a technical solutions engineer at Google based in beautiful Austin, Texas, and I graduated from the Mizzou College of Engineering in 2018. Our challenge for this weekend is about Google Cloud. Cloud computing is all about getting things done using someone else's computers. So when you're using Google Cloud, you're getting things done using Google's computers. Google Cloud lets you build and host applications and websites, store data, analyze data, all on Google's highly scalable and reliable computing infrastructure. We have a suite of developer products that you can try out in your hackathon projects this weekend. We have App Engine, which is good for deploying web apps to the cloud. We also have Firebase, which is our mobile development platform using real-time databases. We also have other databases like Cloud Firestore, Cloud SQL, and Cloud Storage. We also have the Google Maps platform, which gives you the power of Google Maps data in an API format. And I also want to highlight our Google Cloud machine learning APIs. These allow you to gain insights about your data using pre-trained machine learning models hosted on Google Cloud. What's really cool about these is that you don't actually need to know that much about machine learning to use them. You're simply using the power of Google Cloud's machine learning to analyze your data. We have APIs for video intelligence, vision, speech, natural language, and translation. To dive a little bit deeper into these, the Vision API is used for analyzing images. One feature is landmark detection, detecting important places in your photo, like the Golden Gate Bridge in this example. There's also label detection, which gives you descriptions of what's going on in the photo, like resort and swimming pool, with a confidence score of 0 to 100 for each one. There's also face detection, which detects faces in the photo with their locations, as well as emotions like joy, sorrow, and anger, and how likely they are for each person. Our natural language API is great for analyzing pieces of text. There's entity detection, which detects important keywords in your text like Pennsylvania, Biden, and campaign trail. There's also sentiment analysis to detect how positive or negative your text is. We have an API challenge this weekend for best use of Google Cloud. Just use any Google Cloud product to qualify. Each member of the winning team will receive a Google Cloud Patagonia backpack, a trophy, and a water bottle. We also have a prize for the second place winner, which is a Google Nest Mini for each team member. We also have an amazing opportunity and challenge this weekend as well, the Google Cloud COVID-19 Hackathon Fund. We are looking for outstanding projects that use Google Cloud to solve for COVID-19 related challenges. Selected projects will receive an exclusive invitation to apply for up to $5,000 of additional Google Cloud credits and guidance from Google developers to continue your project beyond the hackathon. Potential categories include healthcare and life sciences, economic impact, social impact, and education and distance learning. You can go to g.co/learncloud/hackathon fund for more details. So for this weekend, you can also check for an email from Major League Hacking to activate $25 in Google Cloud free credits. These can go a pretty long way because many products actually have no cost usage below certain thresholds. We also have a Google Cloud workshop on Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Time, where I will cover getting started with app development on Google Cloud, machine learning on Google Cloud, and I'll talk a little bit about student-friendly job opportunities at Google. We also have a Firebase Tech Talk recording that will be available on Discord, where my colleague Andrea covers several key Firebase products. Finally, if you have any questions or need help, feel free to ping us on Discord and we'll be happy to help. Thank you very much and have a good hackathon.
Next, here is the general schedule overview with the most important deadlines. Competition begins at 7 tonight and submissions on DevPost are due by 10 on Sunday morning. The full schedule can be found on TigerHacks.com, and we also pinned a graphic of the schedule in a couple of the Discord channels for reference. On that note, if you haven't already, make sure you've joined our Discord server. It will be absolutely necessary in order to participate this weekend. This is where you'll be able to collaborate with your team members, meet other hackers, talk to sponsors, seek mentor help, and keep up to date on joining all the fun activities we have planned. We will also be creating Discord channels for each individual team, so you all have your own private channels to collaborate in. Already in the announcements channel, there is a Google form to fill out with your team information. Please submit as soon as possible, at least by around 7:45 tonight, and only once per team. And if you're still looking for a team, no worries, head straight to the Find a Team channel to group up with other hackers. Lastly, for this slide, a reminder that all communications in the Discord need to align with MLH's code of conduct. This can be found in the Discord rules channel that you all read through in order to gain access to the server. Then here's a quick overview of all the super fun activities our planning committee has put together for the weekend. Tonight we'll be having a YouTube screenshot challenge at 8 and Jackbox games Saturday afternoon. Before every event, we'll be dropping more information on how to join in the Discord. You'll see MLH also has some really cool events lined up, and there will be the opportunity to tune into some tech talks from our partners and sponsors as well. The tech talks and activities aren't mandatory to participate in TigerHacks, but we highly encourage it to have some fun. Take a break from your projects and definitely be sure to check out these activities. Lastly, what you all might have been waiting for, the prizes. We have a ton of cool prizes that you could win this weekend. First place for the developer category is a DJI Mavic Mini, and the second place in that category is a GoPro Hero 7. If you're new to this, we have beginner prizes as well, with a chance to win a DJI Tello and a portable Bluetooth speaker. There will also be specific prizes offered by our partners in MLH due to the best use of Google Cloud, Echo AR, and domain registered with domain.com. Teams will opt into any combination of the prize categories that they qualify for. The only restriction is that you cannot submit to both developer and beginner categories. We will be posting a link to our dev post where better descriptions can be found for each category. Regardless, within a few weeks, you all will be receiving some awesome swag in the mail to commemorate the weekend. Now I'll be handing it off to MLH to give a quick message.
Hello everyone, and welcome to TigerHacks. My name is Surya. I am a coach at Major League Hacking, and I'm a third-year CS major at Georgia Tech. There's my social and MLH's social in case you want to follow us on there. Now, before I get into the presentation, everything that you need to know for this weekend will be available at hack.mlh.io. It's a great cheat sheet for all the information that we're about to cover. So what is Major League Hacking? We are the global hacker community, and it is our mission to empower hackers. In fact, we have 135,000 hackers in our organization, just like you. By being at one of Major League Hacking's events, everyone here is earning points for their school in our season-long contests and rankings. So if you want more points, then you should probably grab your friends and have them do a hackathon with you. So what are we going to be doing at TigerHacks this weekend? One of the events that we're running this weekend is the MS Paint Bob Ross mini event. This is happening Saturday at 11 a.m. CST, and don't worry if you're not an artist, we're all just here to have fun. Another event that we're having this weekend is the U.S. Air Force Cybersecurity Challenges. This is going to be happening Saturday at 7 p.m. CST, and it's going to be a capture the flag style event. But don't worry if you've never done that before, I'm here to walk y'all through it. GitHub is here this weekend running their Draw an Octocat, Win an Octocat contest. All you have to do is draw GitHub's Octocat and tweet your entry at GitHub Education and at MLHacks with the hashtags MyOctocat and hashtag TigerHacks. GitHub is also providing their Student Developer Pack for this weekend. This is a great resource for new hackers. There are thousands of dollars of professional-grade free tools in here, so if you're not sure where to go with your hack or what technology to use, you should definitely check the GitHub Student Developer Pack. There are plenty of other resources that we have available for y'all to use this weekend. Domain.com is one of those resources that is available this weekend. You can claim a free .tech, .space, or .online domain with up to 1 year of domain privacy. So if your hack involves the use of some sort of website, this is definitely a great resource to use. Google Cloud is also supporting this weekend, and they're providing free Google Cloud credits. You can go ahead and get those free credits at the link on this slide. If your project deals with databases, you should definitely look into CockroachDB. CockroachDB is an elastic, indestructible SQL database for developers building modern applications. You can get your hack started with CockroachDB at the link on the slide. If you're building a hardware hack this weekend, DigiKeys loves what you're doing. They're now sponsoring the Best Hardware Hack prize category. Note that if you don't have the actual hardware, you are allowed to use an emulator, and that will still count. If you're still a little bit unsure of what you want to do or what technology you want to use, you can go ahead and check out our Hackathon starter kits. This will provide, basic boilerplate code and starting materials so that you can go ahead and get started in your hack as quick as possible if you're still unsure of what direction you want to go in. The best part is there are prizes for almost everything that I just mentioned. For best use of Google Cloud, we have Google Nest Minis. For best domain name from domain.com, we've got the Kai wireless chargers and backpacks. For the best hardware hack, we have the Grove Beginner Kit with the Arduino Uno R3, and this is going to be given to the top 2 teams. For the GitHub Octocat drawing, we have the Octocat figurine, and for the best use of CockroachDB, we have 3D printing pens. If you decide to demo this weekend, which I highly encourage you to do, you will receive this custom I demoed sticker. We ship these to wherever you are, so it doesn't matter what country you're in or what location you're in, we will go ahead and ship these out as long as you submit a dev post this weekend. I know many of y'all are looking for careers. I'm definitely looking for one right now. We have the MLH Career Lab to help you out. We have all these wonderful companies that want your skills and expertise. So if you need some sort of career, definitely check out the MLH Career Lab. Now, on a serious note, MLH hackathons are a safe space for everyone. By being at this event, you are agreeing to the MLH Code of Conduct. This includes organizers, mentors, judges, and hackers. If you haven't already, you should go ahead and read it, but the TLDR is to be respectful. Harassment and abuse will not be tolerated. If you're having any issues, contact me. I have the MLH tag on the Discord. We want you to have a great time. If I'm offline or you don't feel comfortable doing this, send an email to incidents@mlh.io or call the number on the slide. I would like to take a moment to say thanks to all of our sponsors, all of our partners for making this possible. But that's all that I have. I'm going to pass it on to the organizers for TigerHacks. Thank you so much for listening, y'all. Happy hacking.
All right, next up is Veterans United with our keynote for the night.
Hello, TigerHacks. I'm Jim Reese. You may, for those of you that are Mizzou students, you may know me as Jimmer from CS 1050 or CS 4520. For those of you that aren't with Mizzou, I'm a full-time professor at the University of Missouri, but I'm also still a part-time, I guess I'm a technology education architect for Veterans United Home Loans. I've been a software developer there for a number of years. And today I'm giving, well, I guess what they call a keynote here for TigerHacks. And the idea is I'm going to tell you a little bit about Veterans United Home Loans, but I'm also going to tell you a little bit about how VU interviews people and hires good developers. And hopefully that's something that can be generally useful to you as you, as many of you are students that are doing TigerHacks and hope that one day that you'll be an intern or a full-time employee for a software company. You know, you may say VU isn't a software company, but I kind of beg to differ. They're not exactly, but they're pretty close. So this picture over here, I can never figure out which way I'm supposed to point. Over up there is a little picture of some folks that went through the first VU Academy. So VU Academy, not last summer because of COVID, but the previous summer, we had a group of new hires and a group of new interns that went through the program, or various pieces of the program anyway. And this is just like a training program, and we'll come back to that. But I like having them on the front page. And I will say that some of this talk is actually derived from something that we did for KCDC 2019. So if you're familiar with software development conferences, that's a great one in Kansas City. So let's get going here. So why am I giving this talk? Well, you got a professor here and he's talking for a company. So I'm giving this talk because I love VU and I'm still part of VU. And I think also I hope that it's a useful talk that'll tell you a little bit about interviewing and whatnot, and kind of how companies look at the whole interview process. It may not make a lot of sense when you're coming in as an intern. How many people are applying, and when am I going to get called back, and all these kinds of things. And hopefully this will kind of give you an inside view of how this thing works, at least for VU. And I think it's pretty similar for some other companies. Along the way, I want to tell you a little bit about who VU is and kind of what they're all about. And I think it'll become apparent that one of the reasons VU is sponsoring TigerHacks is you guys, right? You guys are in demand. We need, like many companies here today, probably other companies that you're going to hear from, we need good software developers. And where do you find good software developers? You find them at these hackathons. And the reason is the people that are interested in doing a hackathon, of taking a bunch of time of their own, those are the folks that are motivated and they love writing software, right? Those are the folks, you guys are the folks that, that aren't just, taking your classes and doing the minimum amount you need to do. You're actually out there learning on your own. And, and I think a hackathon is a great way to show that. And then, along the way as well, we might answer the question is, how can I get hired by a great company, VU or even another great company, and start making way too much money? HR said not to actually say that, but I did it anyway. What are you going to do? It's too late now. All right. So a little bit about Veterans United Home Loans. VU is the #1 VA lender. We became the #1 VA lender in 2018. They've consecutively for the last 3, probably 4 years now. So some of these numbers might be a little dated. Are the #1 VA purchase lender. VU by itself accounts for 10.7% of all VA purchase volume. What does that mean? If you're not familiar with the Veterans Administration, this is a government agency and a program that to help active service members and their families and veterans of the U.S. military services be able to purchase a home for a reasonable, maybe $0 down or some amount of dollars down, but anyway, a reasonable price, and to help those folks get into homes. And VU supports that mission. We're not part of the government in any way, but we support the mission. And we have 24 branch locations near military installations. Huge. Again, the numbers are mind-boggling. $10.5 billion, and that's been going up. Referral rating unbelievable. Over 97% of customers would refer their family and friends. I don't know how many employees we have. I think it's over 3,500 actually, but this is 3,000. The headquarters is right here in Columbia, Missouri, or at least that's where I am. I don't know where you guys are in virtual TigerHacks land, but we have major offices in Lenexa, Kansas. Irving, Texas, which is near Dallas. Lenexa is near Kansas City, and St. Louis, Missouri. And all of those offices also have software developers, although the majority of our software developers are here in Columbia, Missouri. So it's become a more distributed organization. This is just kind of a quick tour of kind of who we are per se. You can see, there we go. This gentleman over here is a veteran, somebody who served our country, and now he's got a home, right? So, I mean, that's the mission. That's the mission of the company. One thing that we do to support the mission, if you look down in the lower, I guess it's my left-hand corner there. Yeah, it looks like it's my right. Oh, because I'm facing. Yeah, this is kind of blowing me away. Anyway, in the corner over there, the Lighthouse program. The Lighthouse program is a program to help somebody. Is free of charge. And VU is really, as far as I know, it's the only program like it. VU supports this program and allows somebody maybe who doesn't qualify for a loan, a home loan, maybe they don't have good enough credit or whatever it may be, they can go into the Lighthouse program, get free credit counseling, and get, over time, build their credit up, get to the point where maybe they could get a home, but they're under no obligation to get a loan through VU. So we have people that go through Lighthouse. They may be in there even for a year, maybe even longer, and they come out and they can get a loan from anybody they want to. So, and VU does this without any charge, which is really an amazing program. In the middle column here, I want to talk a little bit about our foundation. We have a foundation that supports not only service people and causes around, folks, maybe disabled veterans, folks that maybe are veterans who are impoverished for one reason or another, or anything that we can do to just help veterans, but also local folks. So you can see there at the bottom, we've got some folks volunteering at the food bank here in Columbia. So that's pretty cool. And then the other, again, I can't figure out which way to point here for some reason or other, but I guess the people right behind me, that's Brant and Brock Brukowski. And those guys, they're brothers. They own the company. They started the company. They actually started the company as they were, I don't know if they were still students at Mizzou, but they started their first company while they were at Mizzou. So they're good Mizzou grads, and they are still very active in the company and really make the thing go. And you can see there at the bottom, be passionate and have fun, deliver results with integrity, enhance lives every day. Those are the values that folks at VU live all the time. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about software development. This is a software development conference, so this, we got to talk about software development for sure. So this is kind of the VU software services platform. So the software developers are in a part of VU called software services. The back end, or the web services part of most of the applications that we build are written in C# with .NET and .NET Core today for the most part, back end. So those services allow, they do the heavy lifting. They actually do a lot of the integration, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then on the front end, a lot of times the applications on the front side are written in Angular. So there are a lot of web-based applications for the most part, JavaScript-based applications. Many times there's single page apps that then call those web services in order to actually make things work. And a lot of the web services end up doing integration work with two major platforms, but there are many, many, many others. But the two I wanted to mention today, we have a loan origination system, which is the #1 loan origination system. We didn't write it. It's a third-party system, but a lot of the work that goes on at VU is to make sure that we are tightly integrated with Ellie Mae's Encompass lending platform. And then also loan officers who are really salespeople, essentially, in our environment, use Microsoft Dynamics CRM as a way to do customer relationship management, and we integrate with that platform as well. So this kind of gives you a vague idea, at least, I guess, on the kind of things you'd be doing working for VU, or at least the things that I have done some of, and that a lot of our developers are doing every day. This just shows you the crazy growth that we've had. So, I started in 2012, I think it was. Let's see, maybe it was 2013. I think it was January 2013 when I started. So you can see this chart doesn't even go back to there, but there was maybe 20 developers early on there. And you can see we've just had explosive growth. I don't have the latest numbers of the overall company growth over on this side, but you can see behind me here, software services, if you start in 2015, it's had an 825% growth rate. So you can say, well, VU's a mortgage company, but as Mark Andreessen said, software is eating the world, and VU is embracing that. I've never worked for a company that wasn't, principally selling software or creating software, that felt so passionately and so strongly about doing automation and just simply automating and using software to leverage their business any more than VU. It's really quite amazing. Over time, we're making it easier and easier and easier for someone to get a loan. Just to give you a little flavor of our interview day, if you end up on in person, there's a meet and greet. And some of this may have been simplified in the last few months a little bit, but basically you have a meet and greet, get a kind of the big picture of the company. You do a pairing session. This is a thing that not every company does. We do a lot of pair programming at VU. The pairing session is, the idea of the pairing session is not to test what you don't know. It's to test what you do know. So we give you a problem, write some code to do this. And you say, well, you want me to write this in C#, but I don't know C#, but maybe you know Java or you know a similar language. So you just talk through it with your pair. The idea is your pairing partner can help you with the syntax. They can help you with stuff that you don't know about C# or .NET, but let's see how you think through a problem, right? Algorithmically, what's the right way to decompose this problem? What are the right pieces that we need to create? What are the objects that we want to create to build this problem? After that, the pairing session, we do a tour. Then there's a dev panel, so you get some actual developers and you can ask them any questions, and there's no managers in there to tell you any tales. So it's up to you to ask those developers, hey, what's it really like, right? What's it really like here? And hopefully to get the answers to those questions. Then we have some managers get to come back in and do their part of the interview. Yeah, you know me, I'm a developer, right? Managers, what are you going to do? Probably a bunch of managers in the audience going, I don't know what this guy is, how he got to give the keynote, but we think lunch is actually an important part of the interview process for us. So we think we let some of the developers that have been on the interview, or maybe even some that haven't, go to lunch with the candidate. And then this is back when we could do things in person. I'm hoping we'll get back to these days. But we actually take the candidate to lunch wherever they want to go pretty much. And then the idea is just, kind of relax and talk a little bit. Sometimes you find out, hey, a candidate really, they're not feeling very comfortable. And for some reason, maybe you can set their mind at ease. Or I've been on a bunch of those lunches, and sometimes the candidate kind of loosens up. Maybe they're a little nervous. Oh my God, I have to do pair programming. But at this point, they're feeling a little bit more confident, and their personality really comes through, and you get to see who they are as a person. So we think that's actually a key point of the interview, believe it or not, just going to lunch and relaxing a little bit. And then at the end of the day, we say goodbye to the candidate, but then behind the scenes after that, the team gets together and the team, talks about what were the strengths of the candidate and the weaknesses of the candidate. And is this somebody, the main question, the key question that we ask, and I hope every company does this, is for each person on the interview team, do you want this person to be on your team? Like, if we don't know what team this person's going to be on, probably, but if we, would you want to hire this person and have them on your team tomorrow? And if you can answer yes to that, that's a pretty strong endorsement. Okay, this just shows you, it would, look, these numbers, I don't know, they change, but the biggest number on this page to me, the biggest deal is the one that's right above me here. There we go. I can figure out how to move my finger. 3.4%. And I think it's actually down to more like 3% now. This is the attrition rate. This is the number of folks that were software developers and left in a year. That's a really, really low number industry-wide. What that says is people that come to VU love to work there. They aren't looking for another job most of the time. Of course, some people are going to leave. Maybe there's a new challenge that they just have to take on. Maybe their spouse had to move to another city. Maybe, who knows, right? There's always reasons that people are gonna have to move on. But 3% is a great rate. And so I'd challenge you, when you go and you interview with a company, if you're close to accepting a position, you don't want to scare them away, but you might just ask, hey, can you tell me what the attrition rate is? I'd just like to get a ballpark, And, you have companies that have a really, really high attrition rate. That's something to be concerned about. Okay, that's something to be concerned about, and maybe they have a good reason, and I'd love to give them an opportunity to say why. But I think that's a telling statistic as well. All right, I like this slide. This is the last slide, and I know I may very well be over time, so I didn't really time myself very well. But this just kind of shows you VU people doing different things. In the upper left-hand corner there, those are actually, believe it or not, software developers at work. I say it's backwards. Anyway, up there in the upper corner there of your screen, it's the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Those are actually software developers. Most of those folks are. Some of them, there might be some QA engineers. I think I used to have arrows that told you what their different roles were. That's how we work at VU. A lot of people like standing desks. You see some of them have sit-down desks. It's pretty open. That group there is a team. And they got a couple of monitors. A lot of them have, one guy's got some headphones on. Dress however you want. We're all about results. And so I'd again challenge you, make sure that you find that out. Is the company worried about everybody putting on a suit and tie or something like that? I think I'm in this group. This was at one of the KCDC conferences. So that's one more thing to mention is you're going to have to, throughout your career, keep building yourself up, right? Keep your education going. And one good way to do that is to go to software development conferences and, look for a company that's going to allow you to go to some software development conferences and keep current and learn the latest stuff. So this is a group of us having a few beers at after a session at KCDC one time. So thanks very much for listening to me. For those of you that also have to listen to me in class all the time, I apologize that it's all Jimmer all the time right now for you. But welcome to TigerHacks, and have a great weekend.
Thank you so much to Jimmer and Veterans United for the keynote address and for kicking off the weekend with us. That's it for our opening ceremony. So thank you all for streaming in, and best of luck.
too old now, I'm just afraid that you'll walk away. You're across the room from me, but it's an ocean wide, and the current's pulling us, dragging me aside. Oh, you're a constellation, and I'm just a star, blinking in the